All righty. Back at it after, what was it, 2 weeks off? Running a little late. Sorry about that. Hopefully, you've not been waiting long. Tim Shea, of course, is the first on the scene. Not sure if you're still here, Tim. Hopefully, you are. I know you always come in early. It's 1:34. So, for some reason, I put my start time at 6 a.m. So, hopefully, people weren't up trying to get on at 6 a.m. Instead of 6 p.m. But hopefully everybody understood the mistake. So hopefully you guys are doing well out there. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks now. I feel like, I don't know, I'm a little behind the times, even though I've been on CTN's channel a couple of times. You're doing your own stream, trying to come up with stuff to talk about or whatever is, it's a little, takes a little more effort. And excuse me. And I've spent the last like 45 minutes of my research time trying to put together a new overlay here for my stream, because I do have two sponsors currently. Tim Shea, thanks for being here. I do appreciate it, buddy. The mayor of crypto. So I was going to say MetaMonkey. Geez. Now I get these. I do say the wrong thing sometimes. So I have MMAI, which is my first sponsor, fantastic project, and I have Metapolitans, which is also a metaverse project. And we're going to talk a little bit about why would I have two metaverse projects. Somebody asked me, well, how come when you have competing companies or competing projects, as sponsors, which to me, they're not competing. They're completely in two different spaces. Yes, they're metaverse projects, but there are going to be a lot of metaverse projects out there. And quite honestly, if SHIB, which I'm not a SHIB guy, I mean, if they offered to pay me to talk about SHIB, the metaverse, I absolutely would, because I think I'm going to cover that for free. SHIB, the metaverse, really looks really interesting. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of resources behind this one. The graphics are outstanding. So hopefully we'll have a guest or two on today, and we'll talk about the different styles of metaverse that are out there. But we'll see how many we can get in here on the live stream today. But let's talk a little bit about what I've been doing. So lately, the last couple of weeks, I've been working on, in real life stuff, the IRL, job I've got, and going through some management training at corporate office, flying back and forth to Seattle. So it's been a little stressful, but that is finally all behind me. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I had to stop on one Saturday. Last Saturday, for some reason, my video camera would not work. So I had to get another one. So today we are back at it. Maddie B, what a Sarah E. Tootie. I'm not sure what that means, Maddie B. But thanks for being here. I do appreciate it, Maddie. Mr. Man, good evening. Mr. Man, I know you were, I think you said you had some renovations to take care of today. Hopefully hopefully that's going well for you. I do appreciate you popping in for my live stream. I've been MIA for the last 2 weeks, so finally getting back on the horse here. But I do really appreciate you popping in here. If you guys are here and you don't know who Mr. Man is, or you're watching back this live stream, go check him out on Twitter, and then check him out on YouTube, Mr. Man. He puts out fantastic content, especially XRP. So go do that. Go do yourself a favor and learn some things from Mr. Man. Hi, Maddie. Saying hi, Mr. Man. Microphone. Oh yeah, I know you talk to text, so I know that can wreak a little havoc sometimes. Annie Rock, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you, buddy. Hopefully you are doing well. Hi, Tim Shea, Annie Rock. My microphone, yeah. I don't ever do text or talk to text because it always is messed up. Stump Rider in the house. Hi, all. Hey, Stump. Hi, Tim. So who out there, and I know, Mr. Man, you're probably, I don't know if you dabble in the community token space, but a lot of times, we talk about MMAI and now it's going to be Metapolitans, which are two sponsors of my channel, and they are metaverse type projects. One of them obviously is a lot more than the metaverse. They're building their own wallet, which will be a cold storage wallet, an offline payment wallet as well. And they've really coming up with some fantastic technology based out of South Korea. And Metapolitans is going to be a social, let's say a social gaming, social engagement type of metaverse. So two completely different type metaverses. MMAI is going to have a lot of e-commerce in their metaverse, where you can go actually virtually, into the metaverse, walk into a shop, check out different items, products, and purchase them in the metaverse, and either have them delivered to your house like Amazon does, or have them purchased as an NFT, and maybe you can use it on your avatar or whatever it is, or maybe you have an office or a market there, and you can store it there, or a picture you can put on the wall wherever it is you're at in the metaverse. There's a lot of different things going on. So that is the two different metaverses that I'm into right now. I'm in the midst of a renovation, but needed to make time to catch life. I do appreciate that. I really do. And thanks for popping in on CTN on Max's channel the other day. That was super cool for you to show up. I know he was pretty excited about that. I do use, yeah, I know. And it's always a problem. I like I said, I'd never use that. It is always an issue, Maddie. Menelek, how you doing, Menelek? Menelek always has great points and great questions in this space. Very smart individual. Menelek, hi, Tim. Thanks for showing up here. Appreciate it. Haven't followed many metaverse projects. Yeah, obviously we're very, very, very early for anything metaverse related, but I figured somebody's going to be first, right? One of these projects are going to do well. I think they're both probably do well. They both have their own certain positive aspects of it, but these are, they're long-term projects, which is why I like them. This is not a Pepe or however you say it. Just total degen plays. These are real companies developing real technology, and I think they're going to be around for a while, hopefully. Hi, Matt. Merritt. Matty, you're not having a great time with that microphone. Lazy Jedi. Hello, everyone. Thanks, Lazy. Appreciate you showing up. Lazy Jedi. Tim, Maddie. Bad time spelled English. Forgive me. Yeah, no problem, Maddie. I appreciate you being here, man. Let's see. I have a question for those of you who are listening. Have you heard of, and this is a good question for Mr. Mann, because I know he's out there doing a lot of great research. What do you think about the Unicoin? And this is this right here. Oh, I got somebody popping in here. Lottie, the crypto hunter. Welcome to the Forge, sir.
What's going on, Sean? Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was just going to start talking about Unicoin here for a minute, seeing what the audience thinks.
Sure.
So I was doing a little bit of research. I mean today, because I was outside almost all day long working on my spring projects, because the weather is absolutely beautiful right now.
Well, right here is freaking freezing today, man. And
really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing this, but I'm cold.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was. I started out a little chilly today, as it usually does here in Idaho, but it was probably in the mid 60s this afternoon. So I was able to get a lot of yard work done since we had like 2 inches of snow, last week. So it's finally we're finally getting a little decent weather.
Yeah, today is actually cold. There's rain right now, but like I said, there's no heat, so it's freaking freezing over here. What's going on, guys? Lazy Jedi, Maddie, Tim Shade, Anti-Rock.
Maddie, you sure it's not the Sambuca? Maddie's struggling with his talk to text situation he's got.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's it's coming out pretty funny.
Yeah, no.
So this Unicoin. Now I watched a video from what is his name? Jackson. I forget it is. Crypto Lulu was his original name.
Oh, I was gonna say not Michael Jackson, right?
Not Michael Jackson, no.
Okay.
And he pretty much tore this one apart. And to me, even a cursory glance here, going through the website, the website number one doesn't look very professional for something that is allegedly working with the IMF, right? So that was one of the first issues that were brought up, and I would agree. This is a very rudimentary website, and there's one of these pages here. I forget which. Maybe it's this one here. So it's just listing off, basically CBDC type stuff, cash reserve incentives,
Yep.
FX discounts, and then you go to where? No, where's that page at? I'm sorry. Here we go. So a nice picture, right? So it looks okay. But you get down here, Unicorn Network Protocol. All of these things are not like there's nothing to click on. There's nothing to do. I don't understand like this placeholder. It's like a placeholder.
Yeah.
So that struck me as well. As soon as I watched this video, I went and I checked out this website and then looked into it. I can't find anything out about the DCMA, how it was founded. I do know there was an individual who was connected to this, who was one of the founding members, but there isn't any information on the IMF website about this unicoin, this universal monetary unit that's allegedly going to be the next, big thing in the CBDC world. So I just wanted to get everybody's opinion. If you guys have heard anything, you've done any research. I haven't. Obviously, I did like 45 minutes, just reading some website stuff earlier today for tonight. But I think I'm just going to do a video on it and try to go down and either get some clarification on Unicoin.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something new, and you're probably gonna laugh, but I'm actually gonna ask ChatGPT, "What's up with Unicorn?"
Mr. Mann says Unicoin is questionable. It's not affiliated with the IMF, nor is it affiliated with the Unicorn Hunters. The only credibility it has is the DCMA. So, and the DCMA itself, I believe, is questionable because I don't know. I think from what Lewis Jackson said, it was basically they just made themselves like the digital currency monetary authority. Like they just gave themselves that authority. They gave themselves that name, but I don't know that are they really recognized by any other government agencies?
Yeah, so basically, ChatGPT, which is supposed to be the one that knows everything, doesn't know jack about it. So I'm going to Google and see what I find. But like I said, just the pricing, that was the thing that threw me off. And on top of that, I don't know, it doesn't look too legit for something to be, so big and going to be so big. I don't see nothing really that screams, okay, this is a good project.
Right. And here's another kind of we'll call it a red flag. So it's the cryptocurrency post. And I've not heard of this website before. There's 100 of them out there. But this was June 23rd, 2022. So, a year ago almost. And if you look at some of these articles, here it says the Digital Monetary Authority, DCMA, has unveiled a framework complying with international regulations for expanded usage of cryptocurrencies and digital assets in banking and finance services. And if you click on it, go to this article here was provided by Digital Currency Monetary Authority. So they're providing their own articles and just submitting them, to these news sites to give themselves some sort of credibility, I guess. But and to me, that seems a bit shady as well.
Yeah.
And really nobody's ever heard of them. However, if you go to, let's see.
So over here I'm seeing IMF unveil Unicoin, the global central bank digital currency. So it's called yournews.com.
Right. And what does it say?
So it says the International Monetary Fund IMF has unveiled a new central bank digital currency (CBDC) meant to shore up the embattled international banking system. The Digital Currency Monetary Authority (DCMA) announced the launch of the Universal Monetary Unit (UMU), also called Unicoin, at the IMF 2023 spring meeting, which it claims will strengthen the monetary sovereignty of participating central bank. The DCMA lauds Unicoin as an innovation in store of value cryptography powered by artificial intelligence AI. It adopts a central banking monetary policy framework to ensure it has continuous purchasing demand, minimum price volatility, and annual asset pricing target. You want me to read more?
So, but it doesn't really. That's not coming from the IMF. That's somebody stating,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Because
that's just that's
I just
just thank you, baby. That's just a page pretty much. It's called Your News. I don't know how credible this page is, never heard of it. And yeah, it got nothing really. So okay, so Watcher Guru actually says, just saying, European Central Bank President revealed plan to launch a digital euro. But I don't think that's
Yeah, that's
unicorn.
something different.
Yeah,
Because if you go
yeah,
on to the IMF's page and type in DCMA, there's nothing there. It does list a bunch of courses, basically, if you type in DCMA, but none of them actually say anything about DCMA, right?
yeah, yeah.
So if you go, let's see, the Universal
Yeah, take a look.
Monetary Unit. Let's see what we got here.
The old one. This one. No, this one.
United, yeah, and there's nothing about
Okay.
that Unicoin. And there's nothing about Unicoin on their site at all.
Yeah, I mean, I find it very weird myself. So I wouldn't, like I said, me personally, I'm not touching it.
Why haven't we ever had the portrait of a woman on a Federal Reserve notes? The answer? It's the same answer from every single one of them. Ready? No one's ever brought it
So you
up.
see Unicoin in the background
Interesting.
here?
So you're telling me that
Yeah.
when there are things that you just don't understand, just ask the question.
Well, I think yes. I mean, again, look, I was in that kind of state of mind that was a little kind of vulnerable and elastic, and again, you kind of see
I have to
something that
watch
you
this
normally
whole
wouldn't.
clip, but
So all I knew is I need to get to Tim. I just
Yeah,
need to
but
get
my thing is like, what
honor.
guarantees
Should
that the coin is legit? What guarantees that the coin is gonna have adoption and everything else? Because if it doesn't, then like you say yourself, it's just a scam coin.
yeah, it seems like that. And it seems like for as far as Unicoin goes, obviously there's a website out there for it, and it's basically being pitched by a bunch of, you know, wealthy individuals and famous people. So there's got to be something to it. So I'm going to do a little deep dive on that. I think maybe this week and try to figure it out because it's interesting to see it out there being touted as a CBDC, but
Yeah,
I just don't see.
have you checked out Yahoo Finance to see? Because if I remember correctly, I think that's where I saw the first article on Unicoin.
But Unicorn is part of Unicorn Hunters. So I mean
Yeah.
that is a thing. I just don't know. Let's see. Unicorn launches Unicorn Women. Um, This one here said digital currency monetary. So DCMA unveils its white paper for an international central bank digital currency. This was just 2 days ago. Let's see. Response. Daryl Hubbard, the executive director of DCMA. Central banks do not fully understand the driving. Right. So this is just, I mean, obviously they're touting themselves to be a CBDC, but I don't see there's no settlement layer for them. So it's just a way to move.
But okay, this doesn't add up. It's a CBDC, but then $1,000.
Starting at $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume for me, it makes sense that a CBDC is going to have to be at a high level, right? It depends on how divisible, this token or whatever it is they're using is going to be. Is it an unlimited supply?
Yeah.
Are they going to, you know what I mean? So you have to kind of consider, all those factors as well.
I mean, I don't know. I always consider that a CBDC would be more like a stable coin.
But a stable coin doesn't have to be $1. Stable coin could be $100 peg, and you get a fraction of it, just like Bitcoin or anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It depends on how much value it's trying to move.
No, actually, that's the next thing that I'm gonna try to look into. Like, let's say, for example, if the unicorn you could have it by fractions, then okay. But then you should have been able to purchase, I don't know, minimum $100, $50, but it's straight up a whole coin, and it's $1,000.
Yeah, no, I get you. And
Yeah.
they didn't offer any other way to purchase it, right? You just had to buy one, or at
Yep.
least one. You're saying, okay,
Yep.
I got you.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's very interesting, and there's so much crap out there. It's hard to know what's real, what isn't real.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the problem with me. Like
I don't trust any of it.
unless like I don't even care about pre-sales like that anymore. Like unless I know the developer of the project or something like that, then okay, I'll consider jumping in. But if I don't know, let's just say I'm going through Pink Sale and it just pops up and it looks like it has potential, I wouldn't touch it.
Here is a North Carolina State University deems a DCMA student cryptocurrency project unethical. Huh, that's interesting. The proposed student projected title, a proof of publishing protocol. Oh, a new protocol. All right, I'm not going to read that. We're not going to get into that one. All right. So anyway, I think we've all established that this could be nothing. Could be a big nothing burger.
Yep.
Let's see.
And a lot of people that don't really know, they're gonna get hurt. If this actually turn out to be a scam, they're gonna get hurt. So now, worst case scenario or best case scenario, it comes out, everything is good, and we'll see how the markets react to it. Because, like, I explained to you about INX Digital. And in my opinion, it's a great token, it's a security token. But then what's the problem there? That just now it got listed on CoinGecko. Just now it's about to get listed on CoinMarketCap. And just now, like after a year or two, it's about to start getting listed on centralized exchanges other than its own.
Which one is that?
INX Digital.
Oh, INX, right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. We talked about that last night.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's interesting to see how that's going to go, because that's supposed to be an exchange, right?
Yep.
Where you'll be able to purchase securities.
Yeah, your security is supposed to be just that, for security coins.
I'd like to say hi to Max out there. Hi, Sean and Waddy. Smash that like button. Yeah, everybody smash that like button for me. Do me a favor. Smash it share it, do whatever you got to do to it. Let's get this space going. Let's see. I know Max is on here in 30 minutes. So Tim Shea says, hey, Max. Max says hi to everybody. Lazy Jedi. What's up, Crypto Talk Now from Mr. Man. Okay.
Oh, shit,
Still
I just
haven't-
noticed Mr. Man got a Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's how he does his YouTube videos with the Spider-Man costume.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't want to show his face.
Okay.
So, but he is superhero like in the content he puts out. It's really good. Hey, Mr. Man, thanks for constantly saving the people of New York City. Max. I love to unicorn. My clean lady is a deaf. Okay, I don't know what that is. Man.
Death of Unicorn.
Crypto Talks are you from New York City? Crypto Talk. No, Max is not. No, but Mr. Man is Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. He saves New York City every day. Don't you watch movies? From Portland, Oregon, live in Phoenix. That is Max. Do not understand. Sorry. So what he's saying, Maddie, if you haven't figured it out, Mr. Man wears a Spider-Man costume or outfit, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
While he does his YouTube videos, because he doesn't, obviously he doesn't want to make himself known. And Max and Spider-Man is a movie where he's a superhero and he saves people in the city of New York. Mm-hmm. So that's what Max is talking about.
Oh, I got it. Understood.
Mr. Man, your gifts are hot. I think we got a man.
I thought Max was saying your girlfriend is hot. I was gonna say you.
Maybe could be girlfriends are hot. Oh well, yeah. In the movie, yeah, in the movies they are hot. No, exactly. I mean, you do stay fit. No, geez. Max. Now you're gonna bring it. Now you're gonna bring the DJ into my channel, huh? Nice. Yes, I have a sale, but this tooth of yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Maddie's. Crypto Overlord is here. Loving these meme coins.
Say DJ play.
God, the DJs. I can't.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Look, I don't have any issue with. Well, let's say here's it's a two-edged sword, right? And I know you took a little heat over it from the MMAI group, about the Pepe, whatever. But it's as long as you know exactly what it is going into it, that it's not a big deal. And if you're not promoting it, but if you're talking about it, you got to be careful about, like, look at this. It is going to rug pull. That is 100% going to rug pull at some point. It's going to be done. It's a dev-driven token built purely on speculation and no utility, right? So it's basically designed just for people to jump in. Hopefully, there's some profit there, and they jump out.
Yeah,
and that's all it is.
This is what I was laughing at, because they were talking about the regular Pepe, which I actually trust way more, believe it or not, than Pepe Doge. But what I see is that, yes, they're both just a DJ play. It's a hit and run. If you can make some money, get the heck out. That's it.
Okay, so here's Pepe.
Yeah.
Where'd you get in?
I got in around 19 when it dropped, and I just sold at 32, and I'm waiting for it to drop again.
Okay, so you got it at 19, so somewhere around here.
Yep.
When it dropped down here?
More or less. And it went up. You see that wick?
Yep.
No, it literally there's a wick there. It went higher than the one that's there now.
Gotcha. I see it. Yeah.
So, and that's, like I said, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm doing. But that's just me. I can actually read charts, and I'm able to tell when there's going to be a turnaround. Now, Pepe Doge, I haven't even touched because of that. I saw those two long wicks, and then I saw the red candle, and then I said, nope, I'll wait. Maybe I'll throw something in there.
See that? Yeah. Unless somebody says, hey, they're about to drop this one, I would be in at the very, very beginning and then be out, 20
Yes.
minutes later.
Yes.
I just, I don't
Max
know.
said, you know what? He is from the Bronx. Last I checked, they get their share of crime. So Spider Man has been over that and borrow a few times to say the least. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Max. No one with a Spider Man costume has come to my rescue.
Have you even seen one flying through the city at all?
No,
See leftover webs on the buildings?
nah, man, not even once. Like
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I was wondering what happened. Hey,
So
what's up, Alex?
Crypto Talk Now says, here's the real question, Sean. Will Web 36 become a unicorn maxi? Now, what Max is talking about, there is a guy on, I'm assuming it's a guy. Okay, I don't mean to misgender anybody, but there's a person on Twitter who is Web 36, and he is an absolute Cypherium maxi. And so we've had some back and forth, and he's kind of trying to dig on XRP and how Cypherium's so much better. And
Really?
yeah, I don't see much from him anymore, especially after Cypherium got delisted from the FedNow showcase. So, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, people like that, they're maxis in every single project, maxis in every single one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max, will not allow.
Max is actually a maxi.
Max is a maxi of
Yeah.
what?
His name is Max.
Yeah.
So automatically he's a maxi.
Apparently, he's a maxi of fat juice because that's what he drinks on his stream. Is it fat juice? I think he says it's fat juice. Let's see here. Tim Shea, hey Overlord, I made some money on Pepe Jr. Are you kidding? You guys joking? Pepe Jr.
Pepper Jr. Oh my
You're not
God.
kidding. You're not.
They got the whole family coming out. Pepper Jr., Pepper girlfriend.
Well, rug pull incoming.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody made. Somebody made some money. It gets a 2. It gets a 2 on the old Dex score. It's good, Tim. No, I say it's good to make money. Yeah. So anyway, so back to my original point. This is a two-edged sword because just like in the Twitter space you had yesterday, what they were mentioning, right? It's bad. Like this, the whole degen play is kind of bad for crypto just as a whole, right? Because you're going to get people who pile in, they're brand new, they don't know anything about anything, and they see somebody talking about, Pepe that just, went up 100%, 1000x or whatever. And so they're going to jump in, 99% of the time they're going to get absolutely wrecked.
Yeah, but you see, that's what I'm saying. Like with degen plays, if you haven't been in the market for at least 2 years, that you already know how it goes down, then don't do meme coins because you will get wrecked.
But they don't know that coming into it. They don't know they need the experience. They don't know that Pepe Jr. is different than XRP. They're just they got a little money in their hand, or in their wallet. Now Pepe Jr. obviously you probably can't purchase it on Coinbase. So that's going to stop them, I think, at least for a little bit. But it's the second they get out into the DeFi world, into the decentralized wallets, then
but I think it's also
then they're going to get wrecked.
Okay, so in the past, I had my fair share of wins with meme coins, right? Now, the mistake that I made is instead of cashing out and putting into blue chips, I cashed out, putting into new meme coins, thinking that I was going to continue growing my portfolio. So, with that being said, lesson of the year, if you get into a degen play, you make a decent amount of money, get out. If you want to continue playing, let's say you put in $100, you cash out 10K. put 9K on the side, continue playing with the 1,000. That's my
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, take it out and put it into solid projects. And that's great advice, for anybody. But like I said, the people coming in, people who are new, it's they don't really understand that. But I totally get the DGen play, right? I love it too.
Yeah.
I was in stable fund for 7 months, stacking Matic tokens on that until they rugged. I mean, it happens to all of them, and I knew at some point it was going to go away, and that's just the way that that type of project goes.
Yeah.
Crypto for starters. Hey, Alex, how you doing? What's up, Sean and Waddy? Good to see you, Alex. Hopefully things are going well for you out there. Hey, Sean. Tim says, hey, Sean. I think he meant, hey, Alex, because he already said, hey, Sean.
What
Hey,
is
Tim.
Luna One Maxi? Nah, Tim. Once upon a time, I believe really hard in that project until it let me down. Now I'm more like number one on my hit list.
Luna
Luna
1.
One.
Yeah.
Luna One. So when they came out, they had this whole metaverse idea. Supposedly they had partnership with Coca-Cola, Facebook, and everything was on the website, right? So I should have seen that when they changed their website around and they took out those partnership, I should have seen that as a red flag. But I was so fascinated by the idea that they were talking about a metaverse and like in the Oculus, but
Right.
with the Oculus you actually be able to smell and something about some gloves that's gonna feel like you're actually touching something. If you touch a flower or a tree in the metaverse, it's actually gonna feel like that, right? And you'll be able to actually smell it. So in the beginning, I thought like, well, that's gonna be impossible, the smell part. But then I thought maybe it's not gonna be impossible because they could add like little packages, like let's say little smell things, and just put in the Oculus or something. This is me jumping into my own conclusions. Sean, long story short, the promise was you buy at 10 cents and they were going to release it at 15 cents. When they released it at 5 cents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And ever since then, it has been in the gutter. I get emails that they're going to burn like 99 or 90% of the supply, but I really don't see that happening. And also, they were supposed to work with Xbox, which is Microsoft, and Sony, which is PlayStation.
And they're probably never going to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, unfortunately, like most projects. And once you step outside of that blue chip space, most of those projects are never going to go anywhere. They're
Yeah,
designed
but
to make the devs money.
what's crazy? I actually saw the potential of that project becoming a blue chip. I even used to say, I see that being better than Gala. Like it could have been Gala. Like if they would have kept the project officially,
Right.
that could have been a big challenge for Gala.
Interesting. I don't know much about it. I never did any research on Luna 1.
Yeah, well, don't waste your time. Just
Yeah, no, I've already moved
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Crypto Overlord says, so he agrees they're going to be rugging, which obviously they will. He dropped an ETH on Pepe Doge at 350K market cap, took out your initial. Now you're riding on house money. Well, hopefully you take profit before it rugs on you. Let's see. Tim Shea. Sean, I got in on Pepe Jr. 3 hours after launch and held 12 hours, sold it all. A little over 2x. If I waited 2 to 3 hours, I would have had 4x, but you made money. Exactly. You got in,
Yeah,
you got
that's
out, you
good,
got your
man.
money, man. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Look, if you're in a meme token and you make at least 1x, that's 1x. If you make 2,
Yeah.
even better. But don't feel bad because you took profit, because like look at that candle right there. You know, the people that got greedy right now is getting wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they held up here and they're like, oh, it's going to go a little further.
Yep.
And from here, yeah, you're talking about 10x easy. Let's see.
I don't know if you ever heard of Save Mars.
Safe Mars? No.
Yeah, so Save Mars was my second degen play. My first one was Save Moon. Save Moon did really well in the beginning, obviously. Then I went to Save Mars. On Save Mars, from 100, no, from 1,000 went all the way to 30K.
Whoa.
Yeah, but this is where I got stupid. I got greedy.
Didn't pull them profit.
And yes, I mean, I saw the money going down and I was looking at the chart. And I'm like, nah, but you know, they're not going to let it drop. When I came back to it, I got out at 10K. So, but I could have
Okay.
got out at 30 instead.
Right. Right. I mean, you still made some, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's, yeah, you can't, it's hard to be mad about that. Yeah. You know, if you go into it, as always, obviously, most people say go into it with a plan and execute that plan. Once it hits a certain figure, pull money. It hits another figure, pull money. That way, you're never going to lose it, unless you're in one of these, and you're probably going to lose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rigoberto Valencia, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Pepe Doge is on fire. Well, it probably was on fire a few hours ago.
It's cooling down now.
It is definitely cooling down. Devs are taking their profits.
They must have called the firefighters.
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely doused that one. Wadi is a Luna 1 Max. Yeah, we covered that one. Hey, Rigoberto. Let's see. Have a good night to all. Ciao. Maddie, you have a great night.
Have a good night, Maddie.
Ciao, Maddie. I met Alex. Yep. I knew you meant Alex. Good evening, Sean and Wadi. Selmo Fudd in the house.
Selmo Fudd, what's going on, bro?
What's up, Selmo? Hope you're doing well on this. Hopefully, it's a fine Saturday evening for you. Tim Shea. Caroline should have a meme. You can get in and get out. Yeah. Good luck with that. Selmo, a lot of transactions on that one. Yeah. This one moved. It's got 210,000 liquidity. So if you made a lot of money, you might pull some of it out. Total market cap 1.76 million. 1,500 holders. Yeah, the people just aped into that one pretty quick. Shaman says, "Hey, Shaman,
Whatever, Shaman.
Where's the doctor?
And
Hello,
the Reverend.
And the Reverend. Hey, Shaman, thanks for stopping in, Shaman. Appreciate it. Tim, Selmo, Maddie, Alex, Sean, Wadi. Hi, guys. Didn't realize Casper Labs had an all-time high of $40 at 5 cents. That might be one of the biggest current drops I've seen. Do you know why it dropped? Chance of getting back? Well, yeah, I couldn't tell you the exact reason it started dropping, but just like JASMY, JASMY has an all-time high of, just over $4.
$4.
And it's at half a penny right now. Right, I wouldn't mind seeing that one go back to all-time high. I'll tell you that.
Heck yeah.
K Clay A111, thanks for popping in here. Going to take off, focus on the renovations. Yep, thanks for having me. Hey, I appreciate it, Mr. Man. I really do. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll talk to you later. Take care. Lazy. Okay. So, I asked earlier. I know we talked yesterday. One of my main questions for this week coming up is MMAI. right? We've got MMAI on Friday. We're supposed to do the NFT reveal.
Correct.
And my question was, from what I understand, we're going to get to see the type of property. And I know Austin confirmed that today. That's all we're going to get to see is the type of property.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out maybe next week with an update on which specific property or the address or where it's located on the map, kind of deal. So what I want to do is I want to have, I think next Saturday, one day after the reveal, give everybody those hours to check out their NFTs, kind of do a reveal party, on my stream next week. So I'm sure everybody else wants to do something.
No, I mean, it sounds like a great idea, but unfortunately, I won't be able to make it there because next Saturday I'll be at a concert with
Oh, okay.
my wife. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I had to cancel on Bolix. Well, I didn't cancel it. We moved it to Friday, which is a poker tournament. So
Okay. All right. Well, no big deal. We'll get everybody else together. And
just hit up everyone else, let them know ahead of time.
Yeah.
And that should be fun.
And you have an NFT, right? So you're
Yes,
gonna get the reveal.
Yeah.
Awesome. That should be fun. I mean, that's going to be a good time if we can get together, talk, see who got what, kind of make plans, throw some ideas out there for some, business ideas or passive income off of these things. Like, I think that'll be a good time. Been waiting for a while for this one.
Yeah.
Inject a little.
But you know what they say, good things is worth the wait.
True. I mean, I wouldn't mind one of the arenas. Honestly, I'll just be honest with you. I wouldn't mind an arena.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping. Sure. I mean,
we should take.
I already told Dr. Crypto, no trade backs is 20 years of bad luck, just in case.
Just in case you get it, he wants it back.
Yeah.
So, I forgot what I was going to say. What are the chances we should have a poll going? What are the chances that anybody who purchased an NFT gets the arena?
Well, last I checked, it was like a 6% chance.
6% chance?
Yeah.
So what do you say? Do you say yes or no? Nobody's getting one? Or do you think somebody's going to get it?
Yeah, it's okay. So you got to see it this way. There is 5,002 in the collection, correct?
Right.
And out of that, like about 300 something got sold, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I can go to.
Because I know we didn't make it to the 500.
We did not.
Yeah.
Where's the? Got to go to OpenSea. Hang on. Let's see if anybody's listed anything. Oh yeah, there we go. 4.9 ETH. Somebody's listed one. 5 ETH, 10 ETH. Ooh, man. I doubt anybody has. I don't think anybody's purchased any afterwards or after it was over 2 months ago. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So there were. Oh, how do I tell how many were sold? Oh, activity. Sales. I don't know where to go. Where do I go?
Well, regardless, I believe it's 15% owners, right?
Oh yeah, 15% unique. Oh, here it is. 177 owners.
So
it doesn't say.
So
analytics. 202. Is that correct? You think?
That's probably the owner, but I know that was in all the keys that were sold. I know it was around the 300s area. But what I was gonna say is with that, the chances are very, very, very slim.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But once
we
again,
shall see.
if I was the one that got it, then ching ching.
Ching ching. Yeah, absolutely. Tim Say says he thinks it was 335.
335. Yeah.
Okay.
I know it was around that area.
Right. Because there's a lot of people that bought more than one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be that should be a fun day. I'm really looking forward to that day.
Me too, man. I
Get
mean,
into this.
a lot of people is gonna be excited, and then it's just a matter of waiting for the full version of the metaverse being released and the pure wallet. And man, I mean, even the blockchain, that's that right there. Like, okay, so realistically speaking and thinking outside the box, you know that the metaverse is going to use the blockchain for mining, correct?
Correct.
So I believe, or I think, that more or less around the same time when the blockchain is released, the full version of the metaverse maybe might be released because they're going to be connected.
So July timeframe.
More or less. Yeah.
Midsummer, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully then. They said June for the blockchain, but I know they've got they've got a layer 1 and a layer 2 coming out. So I don't know if all of this is happening at the same time. We really don't have a timeline. But I would say probably summer, maybe late summer, just to give them extra time, because I know these things, take time. So, but the wallet, when is the wallet? They don't have a day yet or a time frame.
No, they don't have it
wallet to
yet.
launch,
But,
yeah.
last I checked, they're working really hard for it to be stunning. And, honestly speaking, I prefer they take their time this time, and that when they release it, it's way better than what we expect. I honestly prefer that.
Yeah, I don't have an issue. I mean, I'm in for the long term, right? I'll probably be a holder for the next several years. If they're going to continue to build and continue to bring technology forward, there's no reason. I'm not selling my tokens and moving on. They're stacked. Actually, they are in my ledger, even though ledger doesn't technically have MMAI in there as a token.
Are you able to put the contract in your ledger?
So so basically I just moved it from my MetaMask to my Ledger Ethereum wallet. Now I can't see the MMAI tokens in there, but when I link it back to MetaMask, it'll show them there, and then I can move them
That they're
from there
there.
for
Okay,
So
good. Yeah,
so
that's
they're
what I
held.
was. That's what I was gonna say. That most likely the only reason why you're not seeing it is because you never added the contract. So, for example, when you using Trust Wallet, unless you add the contract manually, especially with the meme space,
Right.
you're not gonna see your tokens there. You're gonna see it on Etherscan, but you're not gonna see it yourself.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not real concerned because I don't plan on selling. But if I wanted to sell, I could link my ledger over to MetaMask and move them that way. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
At least they're off my MetaMask for now. So since I had
Yeah.
him, I had what was it? Like $1,500 worth scammed from me off my MetaMask, which is why I don't leave anything on any of them. I'm on my fifth different version of MetaMask. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I
been
mean,
fun.
me personally, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, even Crow DeFi Wallet, MetaMask.
No,
I don't
you don't
touch
use it.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, I don't like Coinbase Wallet.
I heard so many scams that happen on MetaMask, and even some YouTubers, like, Some of them used to like literally got wrecked with $150,000. I was like,
Ooh,
ouch,
ooh. I can't imagine you leaving that on there.
ouch.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
yeah, that's crazy. Mr. Doctor Professor Reverend Shaman said, "Is
I'll be in the woods
yeah,
that day.
he will
That's
be in the woods."
the day of the reveal.
All right, do you have an NFT, Mr. Doctor Professor Reverend? Tim Shea is going going for gators. He's in the woods going for gators.
Yeah.
Awesome, that should be fun. So let me ask you this. And in the beginning of my stream, I mentioned somebody had asked me like, why are you representing or why you have a sponsorship from two competing metaverse projects? And do you consider Metropolitan's MMAI competitors?
Funny because somebody asked me the same thing last time, but I mean, I wouldn't see it as a competition. I would see it as not saying that's gonna happen, but maybe in the future they can actually work together. You know, um, MMAI is way different than Metropolitans because I'm even sponsored by them too, and they're both different in their own way.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I said. These are two completely different metaverse type projects.
Yes,
Metropolitans really doesn't have that e-commerce aspect of it, and it's really kind of a social engagement, social gaming. Play to mint. So it's going to
yeah,
be more of a game, but also some possible passive income if you're in there and you're engaging
because
in what they're doing.
they're also you're going to be able to rent out like the billboards and stuff. So sounds a bit similar to MMAI, but like I said, different in their own way. For example, MMAI, you have auto mining, which is gonna be, while you're in the metaverse, you get to mine the tokens. But
Right.
with Metropolitan, it's play to mint. So you'll be minting. But that's the part that I'm not sure. If you're gonna be minting NFTs or
I
you're gonna
think
be minting tokens.
I think they use or hang on a second. Salamander, thanks for showing up. I appreciate you popping in here. Hello, Crypto Smith and Wazi. What's up?
Wuzzy, that's a new name. I'll add
Five
it to
dollars
my
super chat.
collection.
I appreciate that, Salamander. I really do. You guys are you're awesome for that. Always appreciated. Certainly not necessary, but thank you very much for that, Salamander. Let's see. No gators, hopefully. Salamander Tim, hello. Thanks for what you guys. Hey, not a problem, man. I love doing this, and I really appreciate you guys coming in and supporting what I do and what Wadi does. Getting out there, it's not always the easiest thing. What do you think
Yes.
of Micah at the EU?
Mika at
Mika
the EU.
is ETH.
Got no clue.
I'll have to look that up. Mr. Gensler, is ETH a security or a commodity? Yeah, he could not. Well, it all depends on the specifics of the blah blah blah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that had me laughing.
Reclaiming my
Like
time.
I went through it again because it's almost a 5 hour long hearing, and I just skipped like through the main things, and I was laughing because man, that guy is so freaking clueless.
No, I don't think he's clueless. I think he
Oh,
knows what he's doing. I think he's evil. I think he has a plan, or he's a puppet, or but he knows what he's doing.
most likely a puppet.
He's probably a puppet.
You do know who put him in his place, right?
Who put him in his place?
Biden put him there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, I get it. I mean, the biggest kind of slap in the face to cryptocurrency is when he was at MIT teaching. everything he was talking about was a commodity. And it's the second he got over into the SEC, now all of a
Everything
sudden
is
everything's
a
like is a
security.
security.
Yeah.
So it's just it's crazy.
Yeah, I
They
am reclaiming my time, sir.
reclaiming my
Every
time.
time,
Yes.
yeah, every time that they ask him, they like that's the funniest thing because they specifically ask him yes or no. That's it. And he started, yeah, it reminded me of that cartoon. I don't know if you ever seen it, but which way did it go, George? Which way did it go? So it's on Cartoon Network. You never seen it?
Yeah. Oh
Look
yeah,
it
I've
up.
seen
It's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny that there was a lot. They actually went a little harder at him than I thought they were going to, because usually it's a lot of, if you're in the government, there's usually, whether you're on the other side or not, usually there's a manner of respect. Like, they're not trying to get other government officials in trouble or trying to get them fired. So they kind of have that professional courtesy. Even snakes have professional courtesy, but they went at him a little harder than I thought they would, which was good, but not as hard as I wanted them to go. I
But
wanted to get
you
some
know what?
answers.
You know what? In my opinion only, um, he deserved it. Like not for nothing, but one of the questions that they asked, which makes total freaking sense, the fact that why did they settle with Kim Kardashian, right? But
Right.
they never went after the Ethereum Max founder.
Yeah, and he never answered that question. And they asked him the question, but he answered a different question.
Yeah. So the other thing is, um, why didn't he go as hard as he's going after every other exchange and everything else? Why didn't he go as hard with FTX and Do Kwon, which is Luna?
I wanted to know, it would have been a great question. Well, since you met with Sam Bankman-Fried at least 2 times, right? Because
Well,
remember, Gary
he
had to,
he said on public record 2 times.
right. So there was more.
Yeah,
So I think somebody
yeah.
said it was at least 3 or 4 times. So if you met with SBF, did you actually do it? Did you check into his business practices? Did you have any idea what was going on behind the scenes? And if you didn't, why not? Right? Why were you guys meeting and talking about crypto regulation when you literally had no idea, or you'd had an idea what was going on but weren't doing anything about it? So I wanted to see an answer there. But we're not going to get all of the answers. So
Yeah, no, I mean, and even because I also see it this way, the fact that he went after Coinbase and that one was the funniest one because they ask him when he's checking the papers that they apply and everything with the IPO and all the regulation,
right.
did you or did you not? What's going on, 2-bit? Did you or did you not check the paperwork and you approved it? And he said, yeah, they went through everything. So they kind of felt like, so why are you saying now that Coinbase is selling securities?
Yeah, there's so many. It's hard to explain the amount of corruption that seems to be coming from that office. 2-bit crypto. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. If you want to pop on in here and join the conversation, you're welcome to. I could shoot you a link. Actually, there's a link over in the Metapolitans TG. But thanks for showing up. Appreciate the support. Salamander says, Jasmine, my new favorite project, Go Bitcoin Japan. Yes, the first regulated and approved cryptocurrency in Japan. You know what? The more I do dig into it, the more I love it. And
Yeah,
I've got myself a nice bag.
do you see the AI video I did on it?
Not yet. I haven't watched. I saw you dropped one, but I haven't watched it yet. I was out.
Well, check it out, man. It got a lot of information and I think you're gonna love it. So, but yeah, man. It was just that I was like, they were pissed off because he is literally pushing away good companies. He's pushing away Ripple Labs. He's pushing away Coinbase. Now he's going after B-Trex. No, B-Trex or Bfinex. B-Trex, yeah.
Yeah.
And he went after Kraken.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is another great question. That should be a very simple question for a congressman to ask him while he's sitting there. Like, hey, and they started to go down that road about, hey, Coinbase did all the paperwork that you guys needed, the SEC needs, in order to go public. You went through their paperwork, you looked through everything they had, you saw everything that was listed on their exchange, and you approved them to go public.
Yep.
Some of those same current cryptocurrencies now that you're claiming are illegal securities were on there when you approved them. So
Yeah.
why? So what changed?
Yeah, no. Go ahead. Finish your thought, and I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, no, and that would be the question. So what changed? With XRP or with these other ones, Algorand, between now and then. Like, why was it not a legal security back then, but now it is?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what changed. He probably might not answer it, but Operation Choke Point 2.0, that changed.
Yeah.
So, because as long as I can remember, I've been using Coinbase since 2018. As long as and when I saw XRP, I saw Litecoin, I saw Ethereum, I saw Bitcoin Cash, and then later on they put on Bitcoin Cash Satoshi version, and they delisted a couple of them, but they were all there, and there was never an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, the priorities changed. The narrative changed.
That's what it is about. So, in my opinion, you know how the U.S. is. If they're not getting a piece of the pie, then they're gonna do
Yeah.
whatever it takes for them to just burn it down.
Yeah, I agree. And that's very unfortunate. Salamander, I appreciate you throwing up a lot of emojis there. Try to get
Trophy yellow, trophy smiley.
try to get the algorithm going. Appreciate that, bud. 2-bit. What's up, doctor? Let's see. Gensler is only pushing all business. Yeah, Gensler is pushing. Now the Coinbase is filed for their offshore exchange in Bermuda. And probably
and
be prepared to go.
that's even crazier because you're also pushing in the whatever tax money it's coming from Coinbase.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stupidity. It really is. Loved Gensler's shaking hands. Yeah. Yeah, I bet he was probably surprised by the amount of hate he knew coming from some of those Republican congressmen.
All right, so this is my thing. What can you expect out of people, whether they admit it publicly or not, but out of people that are actually invested in crypto?
Yeah, some of those guys probably have bags of
Yeah,
crypto.
that their kids, their great grandkids. Oh man, that's hilarious.
I love that. That's so funny.
Oh, that's funny. So you mean to tell me that the Simpson predicted Gary before he even came into play?
I think so. Well, they seem to predict everything else.
Yeah.
They do a good job with that. But yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh man, that's funny.
Um, yeah. So now Coinbase, we got Coinbase. They may leave the U.S. I don't know. They have the money and the backing, right? You got BlackRock backing up Coinbase too, so they have the money to fight. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Now they haven't sued them yet. They were only issued a Wells notice, so which is usually followed by an enforcement action, but we haven't heard yet whether they're going to follow through with that.
But then this is the thing. They was trying to sue Coinbase for selling Ethereum as a security, right?
Right.
And XRP was also an issue. They delisted XRP, so that's no longer an issue. Now, how can you say Ethereum is a security when you was in front of that crowd was your chance for you to say Ethereum is a considered a security or a commodity, and then he just tried to get himself out of the situation by not answering the question.
Yeah, I heard somebody try to explain it. A lawyer, an ex SEC attorney, was explaining why he couldn't. He could sit there and say he thought it was a commodity, right? That was an option for him, but that legally he couldn't sit there and say he thinks Ether is a security because it has to go through, a process where a lot of people sit down and they get a lot of information, and so he doesn't have the authority just to claim that on his own. So he thought that's the reason why he couldn't say. I mean, I don't think he was going to say either way, but there is a legal reason apparently why he couldn't just say, I think Ethereum's a security, even though he said all staking products are securities. And
Yeah,
Ethereum
well,
is a proof of stake now, which he did mention personally. He said, now that Ethereum is a proof of stake, we're going to have to take another look at it. So
yeah, that's like I said, man, and I agree with you, Tim, 1,000%, man. I feel like more than an attack on crypto is more of an attack of the lower class because crypto has made the most millionaire way more than a freaking lottery ticket.
yeah, and you can, I mean, obviously there's a case for that, but just the simple fact that any kind of financial instrument that comes into the country, that the banks, right? Remember, the banks, the large banks own Congress. They own the government. They run everything. They decide everything. They get their way by buying politicians. The oil companies, the
Yeah.
pharmaceutical companies, they all own Congress. So the banks are going to say to their guy in Congress, hey, we really don't like this cryptocurrency running around trying to replace the dollar, trying to get around, the whole banking system that we've built and make trillions of dollars on. So you guys need to go do something about it. And then
Yeah.
that's what they're doing, right? So if they can corral, a good portion of crypto into the large banks and say, hey, you can hold your crypto, but it has to be at Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan. Like those are the only places you're going to be able to hold your crypto or custody your crypto. So that's, I think, is really where they're pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, it can be. It's a big possibility, but also the fact that um Nasdaq, which I'm surprised about that. So this is why I believe that they're gonna have a very hard time taking crypto down because Nasdaq wants to come out with their own custodial wallet because of the fact that so many investors ask them to.
Right,
So
but they control Nasdaq. Right, that's within their sphere of control.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's fine. And I don't think they want to. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't believe they want. Their idea is to take down crypto or cancel crypto or get rid of it. Their idea is they need to figure out how they can control it. Right? They don't want decentralization out there. They want centralization, and
Well,
that's
it's
how they
easy.
control it.
They want to know how they could control it, pump the crap out of Bitcoin, buy all the Bitcoin they can, and that's it. It's the
Yeah.
same idea with gold, right? Who
Yep.
owns majority of gold? The United States does.
Yeah. Well, I think China's probably caught up. I mean, I know they recently listed how much gold each country has, but China is not going to be honest about the amount of gold reserves. They've been piling gold into China for the last 2 years, more than they ever have.
Yeah, but it's a big number because last I checked, I believe China was like 72 something and US was around 200 and something. And Russia is right about 67 something. So maybe, maybe not.
Let's see. That's
And by the
2019.
way, let me say real quick hello to my wife. And she said the government purpose is to control by manipulation and distraction. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to see if I can find one that is 2023. Here we go. Allow ads. Yeah, whatever. Let's go. Come on.
Government loves to use your money taxes for their own special interests and not your God. It's not the solution. God is the problem. Stem said we all know who's running the show. They want to make laws to the world standard. Why they're not taxing those overly rich folks? Why they're not helping their very own American people but sending millions to foreign countries? That's true. That Sniff and my wife are making pretty good point.
Queen Prince Ference, I appreciate you popping in here. Thank you very much. The government is not here to help you. Yes, exactly. Those are the words you never want to hear. Hey, we're from the government. We're here to help. Government has never been your friend. No. Absorbing sponge. Let's see. Shaman. It's the future. Why not take advantage of technology? The government purpose is to control by manipulation. Yep, exactly. 100%.
So hold on real quick. You see, the last thing that my wife said, everything we have comes from a different country. That's a fact. So long story short, my power chair, my BMW big man's wheelchair, has been out of service for a month, right? So I called some of my friends, they're my boys, and I said, look, guys, if y'all could give me a hand, I want to order this chair. So they put in half, I put in half, right? Now, the new, well, I wouldn't call it a BMW, but I'll call it a mini BMW. The first thing I saw in the box when I was opening it, made in China. And
Yeah.
the first question that I ask myself is, if you look at every single product that's out here, majority of them said made in China. So why the heck would you be so smart to pick a fight with them?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. That is, there's two camps there. One says, right, China can't do without us because we're their largest exporter. And the other camp says China would flourish if we stopped buying their stuff, because then their stuff that they make can actually stay there and be for their people, because their people don't get much stuff because they ship everything to us and to other countries.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the answer is going to be to that. But right now, like we talked about last night, China is eating our lunch on the world stage as far as diplomacy goes, helping other countries, building those ties that they haven't had, for decades and decades. And we're not doing anything to stop them. We're not doing anything to get out in front of them. It's crazy. It's because of who we have in the White House right now. Sniff. Hey, Sniff, I haven't seen you in a while. Haven't heard from you. Hopefully you're doing well out there. We all know who's running the show. They want to make no hide laws the world standard.
No high laws. Ever heard of that?
I think I know what he's talking about, but we're not gonna go down that road on this stream.
On stream, right?
Yeah.
You got to be very, very careful with certain things you say it and do on stream.
Why are they not taxing overly rich folks? They're not helping their own American people, but sending millions. So in this is where I might disagree with you a little bit. The wealthy, let's say the top 10% in this country, pay almost all of the taxes that are collected. So where I think that they can do better is not allowing the companies right? The huge Fortune 500 companies getting out of paying taxes. They probably should be paying more taxes. The rich individuals pay taxes and a lot of it, generally speaking.
Yeah, I was
So,
gonna say that the more money you have, the more taxes you pay.
and you might have a few. I remember what 2 years ago when Elon Musk told who was it, one of the senators about they were complaining about him not paying his fair share because he's one of the wealthiest, and he said,
Yeah.
I've literally, I think he ended up paying hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes that year. He's like, I pay all of my taxes. I pay more taxes than you and probably the entire Congress has paid in your lifetime. I paid just last year. So the wealthy do actually pay a huge share of taxes. It's the corporations that they need to get a handle on.
Yep.
But that's that's the government. And if you're a corporation or you're an individual and they're not taxing you and they create loopholes for you, you're going to use them. Everybody's going to use it. You're not going to voluntarily just give more money so that the government can waste it on something you don't approve of. Okay, Sean. Always use what's available to you. Tim, of course. Hey, Tim Shea. Let's see. If we blindfold off people. Everything we have comes from a different country. Yeah, and you know why that is? Because we can't afford to make it here, right? If you want that stuff, that we get from China, but you want it made in America, it's going to cost 3 times as much.
Yep.
Because we don't have 6-year-old boys working 12-hour days for 25 cents a day.
I know, right? And that's, it's crazy because the money that we spend here, like for example, I forgot who I was talking to, but they told me there was like, oh, an iPhone over here, it's like 1,000 and some change, right?
Right.
And in China, pretty much you get it for less than $100.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're
That's
making
crazy, right?
Yeah, they're creating it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Don't get me wrong. I have compassion for others, but take care of the USA first. And you know what? I have to agree with that. When I remember when Trump said, America first, right? He didn't say America only. He said, let's take care of, stuff we got wrong around here first. Let's help some Americans out first before we give all of our money out to other countries. Some of those countries hate us. Let's see. He named his wheelchair. Nice. The best card.
Don't hate.
Best card came from Japan.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of my new ride. Hold on. Let me actually turn this off. Virtual. Don't mind the mess. Watch this. So, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for a name for it. If you got any ideas, let me know. No. I could drive it. Thank you. Let it go. No, watch it.
Surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Feel like Professor X.
Nice. Nice. You came hauling ass in there, dude.
Huh?
So you came in there hauling ass. Came in there.
Yeah, man. You hear that when I back up? Wait.
You got. Nice. You got the beat.
Later.
That's funny.
And mind you, that's not even full speed.
Really?
Yep.
Queen says, how much they paying these foreign employees out of the hundreds of dollars we pay for things? They're paying them literally nothing. Well, maybe not literally nothing, but Not very much. They're poor. The workers who are over there are still poor, that they work full time. American companies employ Chinese companies to create the products for them and then import them back over here. It's far, far cheaper if you're not paying employees anything. China's controlled by Israel as is Russia and the U.S. Okay, deep. Sniff. That's Sniff. Sniff's going deep. China controlled by Israel as is Russia and the U.S. Do you think a woman should run the country? Ugh. Whoa, you're getting me in trouble now. I think the best qualified person should run the country, whether that's a female or a male. That doesn't matter to me if it's a female or a woman. I do believe Elon is the highest taxpayer. Yeah, I believe he probably is. Maybe we should have 6-year-olds working, just pay them more. Yeah, I mean, what good are they now? They're really not doing anything, right? They're just kind of wasting their time. Get all them 6-year-olds working. No one wants to see it. That was about your chair. A couple of JASMY whales have more than 20. Holy cow. 25 million JASMY. That's slightly more than my bag is. And imagine if that thing goes back to $4. That's crazy.
Sean, I'm just thinking buy now and going just to $1. I don't even care about $4.
$1. I'm gonna be doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, from half a penny or a little over half a penny to $1.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Put yourself first. Just like when a plane crashes, it says parent, you put mask on yourself before your child. Yes, put ourselves first. Sniff. Trump is phony. He never locked her up, and he's a self-proclaimed father of the vaccine. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't really want to talk politics. They're all phony. None of them are any good. None of them really care about the country. None of them care about us. They all care about themselves and their money
and their
power.
pockets. Yep.
Yeah. MAGA really means mega. Make. I think you make Israel great again. Is that where you're going? Don't mind my 7-year-old. Controlled opposition. Your 7-year-old should be working. Yeah, and it's a year older than 6. You could definitely be working. Probably at least 20 hours a week, I would think.
Yes, Sniff says he cares about you.
Wadi is fully charged. Be careful. Fully charged.
That wasn't even full speed. That's the funny thing. But I like it because with my monster power chair, I cannot go in a plane with it because that's how heavy it is.
Oh,
and
too heavy?
On top of that, I will have to literally take it apart if I want to carry on a plane. But with this one, all I got to do is fold it, and that's it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Great benefit. Good utility.
Yep.
Let's see. Underage kids in the USA can work in the fields picking crops. Labor laws in the USA allows it. Well, I'll tell you what. When I was a child, probably 9 or 10, I did pick, raspberries. Picked on a raspberry farm near my house.
Nice.
I think I got paid like 50 cents a flat or something. It was definitely not worth it. As a kid, I'd have rather been home, riding around on my bike. Sniff, I care about you too. And I appreciate you showing up in here with your heavy content. We all need to hear that every once in a while, right?
The what?
Allows. Oh, Sniff, he comes in. He brings some heavy stuff in sometimes.
Oh.
Allows it. Let's see. I worked in the fields at age 2 to 10 years old. Damn. Yeah, I worked when I was a kid. My mom and dad put me to work. And look at me now in the USA. Let's see. They make them capable of flight in a few years. They will call them air chairs. There you go.
Air chair?
Yeah. Would you get an air chair if you could?
Like if you're talking about like Professor X, heck yeah. Why not?
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I did neighbor's yard work, pulling weeds and crap. Yeah. Yeah, after let's see, when I was a teenager, I think I worked for a lawn mowing company and we mowed lawns. And that wasn't a bad deal. And then right after that, I started working at a
Not
bowling alley.
in my country, between the age 10 or 12, majority of the kids, they're shining shoes.
Really?
Yeah, that's their first job. They're shining shoes.
Hmm. Salamander with the $3 super sticker. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You've been very, very nice tonight. Very generous, and it's always appreciated. Professor W. There you go. For Professor Waddy. Okay, so let's go one more. I want to talk about one more metaverse, and I don't know if you've seen the trailer for SHIB, the metaverse, but it looks pretty cool.
I mean, I seen a little bit preview, but not much of a ship fan lately until I actually see that they're keeping their word.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. I think this one here. I don't know what their whole hook is going to be, but I love the graphics, and I might actually start covering it just for the metaverse, even though I'm not a SHIB fan. Not that you
Yeah,
can't
I
make
mean,
money in it, not that they're not doing well, but I just never got into it.
hey, look, I mean, if because the way I see is like ship lost a lot of momentum. You get what I mean? Like
Well,
they had it, and they were playing good, and then they just dropped the ball. That's the way I'm seeing it.
but
But
you know what? They had the same issues that every other project, right? That we've seen, right? They build a lot of hype. They move a little bit, and then Shiba Swap took forever, right? It took way longer than it was supposed to.
yep,
And then the next thing takes too long, and then this metaverse is probably another year, away from being usable at any point.
yeah. But then again, at the end of the day, like for example, what was the real utility about the swap, and who needed a swap? Nobody really cared.
No, it's just the only thing that got excitement out of it. It was because it was SHIB,
Yeah, yeah.
and SHIB has
So,
1.5 million holders. I mean,
mhm.
there's a lot of people there can move that coin uh, with some hype, and so they're going to hype this for a while I'm assuming they're working on it behind the scenes, and this will perhaps be usable. But what is the next utility for SHIB? What's the next thing that's going to happen?
Yeah, but
I
I
don't
got
know.
a bigger question.
Yeah.
And this is not funding the project, but what guarantees us that this is actually their metaverse and not just some kind of clip that they had somebody put together and that's all it is?
Well, we don't, right? I mean,
Yeah.
most of these things are built on trust and faith,
Yep.
not on proof. Unfortunately, I think that the SHIB clan doesn't require a lot of proof. They're gonna hold regardless. This is a cult. The SHIB is a cult.
Yeah.
Right? There's
I
a lot
mean,
of people that
I
follow
see it
this.
the same way. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had such high hopes with shit until I started noticing a couple of things, and then that's when I was like, you know what? Not my cup of tea anymore, and I dropped it. That's why I don't really talk about shit, and to do it for engagement farming, then I feel like I'm being messed up to my audience. I don't know. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, you don't want to cover it just because it's popular.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I also, when I started my channel, like, do I do things because it's popular? Do things because I like it or I'm into it? Right. Obviously, I'm not really into SHIB, but I could get into the SHIB, the metaverse, because I do like
yeah,
metaverse type projects, especially the new ones coming out. Especially if they're going to have any sort of utility to them. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any utility to this at all because we really don't know yet.
yeah. So you see, what I'm trying to do, at least on my channel, is I'm trying to bring out projects that I know that people is gonna make money off from it. That's my idea. You know that, like for example, when a two no 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 2020, yeah, 2020, I told three of my friends, buy this, buy that, and buy that, right?
Right.
B chain, Pontiacs, and shit. That's when I believed in it. So shit gave one of my friends 260,000. He
Damn.
cashed out. He went back to his country, Nicaragua. The other one cashed out 160,000. Those were Pontiacs. He went back to his country, Guatemala. Now, the last friend, it was on B chain. He bought a B chain more or less around the price that Jasmine is now. And B chain went all the way to 27 cents with a $3,000 investment. He pulled out half a mil.
Damn. That's some
Yeah.
serious money right there.
Yeah. So that's why, like that's like if I was able to do it with them, I feel like I'll be able to do it for myself and I'll be able to do it for a lot of other people too.
Do you think those opportunities still exist today?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously back then things were way more volatile than they are today.
Yeah. But you see, this is the thing. The biggest opportunity is going to arise in the bull market. And the reason why I'm saying is this is why it's important for you to accumulate solid project now. Because the big opportunity when the bull market comes, and let's say, perfect example, Jasmine, right? That we were talking about it earlier.
Right.
You buy Jasmine now, and in the next bull market, let's say it breaks all-time high. It's no longer at $1, $4, but we actually go and break to, I don't know, 10. That's life-changing money. Even with just $100 investment, $500, even 1,000. Obviously, the more you put, the more you're gonna get out of it.
Let's see.
So
If I put $500 in, I got 83,000 Jasmy tokens
yeah,
times $10. Yeah, that's gonna change somebody's life right there. 833,000. You're gonna pay 35% on top of that for
yeah,
taxes,
and you're still good.
and you're still good. Minus 35%. 540. I mean, I could probably make 540,000 work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're still good. That's
Yeah.
that's my point about that.
Right.
And
And that's just one, obviously, out of many that you hold, right? But when a
uh,
bull run comes, a lot of these things are gonna go do
yeah,
well. You
well,
know.
I am, I'm believing in beaching a lot because I feel beaching is gonna take off again. This time it only went to 27 cents. Next time, what I'm expecting and hoping from beaching is the same thing that happened with Cardano. And no, Sniff, unfortunately, that's when you realize that some people, well, I don't want to say ungrateful because I never really expected anything in a sense, but it would have been nice, if they would have said, well, here you go, at least 10K, I would have been good.
Yeah, that kind of money they could have gave you something, you know what I mean, and not
Yeah,
hurt their pocket at all. That I mean that would have been the right thing to do.
yeah.
So V
But
chain at all time high 27 cents.
yeah. So what I'm expecting with B chain is the same thing that happened with Cardano. So Cardano, it was around 3 cents for a good minute, and then it started going to 10, then 16. Then next thing you know, it went to $3.80. So I'm expecting, like, really looking to be changed, Sean, and you're gonna see why I feel that it is possible.
So you're saying it's going to, you would think it's going to 10x.
Yes.
Yeah. I
They
mean, it's
even,
it's definitely something to look into.
they even got a VTOR, which is the gas token. So if you buy BChain now and you hold it in the VTOR wallet, you'll accumulate VTOR.
Okay.
And then when you accumulate the VTOR, I feel that if Bitcoin, if BChain goes to about $5, let's say, I would say 10, but let's go with $5. I feel that BTOR could probably go around a dollar 75, more or less.
Wow. Okay. So you're basically you're getting airdropped or you're
Yeah,
you
you're getting free tokens.
gotcha.
So
Hmm. Yeah, it's worth looking into. I looked at I mean VChain, I think I held VChain a couple of years ago, but I've got rid of it and I haven't really looked into it again. Salamander has a great list here. XRP, JASMY, XDC,
XD
LCX, Quant,
quant.
XLM, and Casper. Now I don't own any Casper and I don't own any LCX, but I own everything else.
Yeah.
I can't own everything. That's the problem.
Well, I know there's so many good projects that realistically speaking, you're only gonna have to break it down to 5.
Yeah. And I pretty much I think I have like 9 total. And I kind of
Oh.
like it that way and I just keep adding on to those.
No, it's funny because when I started crypto, I actually had $100 in every possible project that I could think of. Like, there were mini project, Hollow Chain, B Chain was one of them.
So you
Um,
had dozens and dozens of
yeah, I had like
yeah.
no lie, like over 50 different
I couldn't keep
projects.
track. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, it was actually funny because when one went up, the other one went down, so it never really like quite settled for the investment. And I was like, nah, let me sell all this crap. But now that I'm more knowledgeable, then that's a different story. Look up also Hollow Chain. Hot.
Hollow. What is it?
Hollow. H
Hot.
O L O. Yeah. That's also another pretty solid project that
Man, it's got some
I own.
pretty weird price action here for the day.
Yeah.
Let's see. 0 0, so almost a half. Oh yeah, well, all-time high over 2 cents. It's
2
really
cents. Yeah.
to almost 3 cents.
Yep.
From where it's at now, I mean that's that's not very far.
Yeah. And they're working on more utilities right now. So pretty solid.
So Sniff says he's got 5 ETH being unstaked in 3 days. If it's at its current price, thinking of trading to a small cap. Omniflix. I just tried to look up Omniflix. Are you talking a small cap? Is this a stock or crypto?
So far, on Moneyflix,
Omniflix have not heard of it.
reading. Well, never heard of that one, so we'll have to look into it.
Omniflix Network.
Moneyflix on Cosmo Network currently 1,393% APY. Jeez.
That's a DGen play right there.
Yeah.
Network infrastructure, decentralized media and network layer for creators and sovereign communities, powered by NFTs related distribution protocols. Interesting. Not ever heard of it. Cosmos, huh?
Now they mentioned media. BRA, Veracity.
Yeah.
Super great project.
Huh. Oh, Sniff, thanks for the $4.99. I appreciate that. OmniFlix on Cosmos Network. Yeah, 13 staking APY. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Network overview. I might have to look into this. I mean, if
Looks interesting.
yeah, network. It's on
OmniFlix.
Cosmos. Yeah, you better write that one down. Huh? Yeah, I'll have to go through this one here later.
Already
Check that
did.
out.
Mental note.
All right, I got to save this here for my perusal later on. Nice. Thanks, Sniff. Good looking out. Appreciate the $4.99. Appreciate the support always. You put 2K into it.
Nice.
I mean, that's a lot, APY.
Mm-hmm.
But we wonder, right? What's the big question? How is that sustainable? That's the big question. And maybe it'll explain it to me here, but
Well, yeah, that's a pretty solid question, actually.
yeah,
Because that's a very
the
high
first,
APY.
yeah, that's the first question. Mint managed, huh? Anyway, I'll go over this later. But that I appreciate that, Sniff. Always good to get another project to check out because there's a billion of them out there.
I know.
Too many. There's too many. Well, I think I'm about done. I'm gonna go. I gotta go eat some dinner here soon. But I do appreciate you hopping on, Waddy.
Nah, no problem, man. I appreciate you having me like always. And this is how we roll. So
Yeah, and we'll talk to you this week. I'm sure. We'll see you again.
yeah,
Very soon
for
before
sure.
or maybe during maybe Friday's NFT reveal. We'll talk.
Yeah, actually, when we're done real quick, I do want to show you something real quick, but
Sure.
offline, yeah.
The high APY on Cosmos Network always starts out high and then gets low, but the tokens still remain relevant. Yeah, so that's what a lot of them end up doing, right? They start real high, they bring you in, and then they slowly, well, everything that I've been into has slowly kind of worked its way to zero.
Yeah.
Hopefully this one's different.
See, I had a friend trying to get me into Drip Network, but
I think that one's done. That one's,
yeah.
I mean, that one went for a long time. For what it was, it went for a very long time. It was impressive. And I think it's still going. It's just, it's not worth much now.
Yep.
You were welcome, Salamander. And everybody else who's here, Sniff, KK, appreciate you popping in here. Always appreciate the support. Shaman, who else was here? Queen, of course. Let's see who else popped in. Tim Shea, yeah, Mr. Mayor, appreciate it as always. And we'll see you guys next Saturday, and I'll see you guys this week again on Max's channel. So, having said that, I guess we are out of here. All right.
Have a good one, everyone.
Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your weekend.